In the headlines, soldier working with Boko Haram fighters commits suicide in Yobe. FCT minister attributes bandits' attacks in communities to intelligence gathering failure. Sokoto government confirms resignation of 13 cabinet members. Away from Nigeria, DRC's state of emergency in North Kivu, Ituri, comes under scrutiny amid rising attacks. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. And now the details. An instructor with Nigerian Army Battalion in Gaidam, Yobe State, Lance Corporal Jibrin, has committed suicide. He took his life after he was arrested for allegedly conniving with Boko Haram insurgents who attacked Yobe communities recently. Jibrin, who disappeared from his duty post few days ago, was said to have been cited among Boko Haram terrorists that attacked Gaidam town last week. Military sources said that the soldier was tracked by Army Intelligence Unit and was found in Gashua, some 100 kilometers from his duty post on Tuesday. When contacted, Army spokesman, headquarters of Sector 2 Operation Hatin Kaidamaturu, Lieutenant Kennedy Anyao, confirmed the incident. FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliyu has blamed the recent bandits' attacks in some communities in the territory on failure of intelligence gathering. The minister, who spoke at the 6th security meeting with area council chairman, traditional rulers and other stakeholders in the territory, advised that security agencies should not wait until attacks were launched on residents before embarking on missions. A statement by her spokesperson, Austin Elume, quoted the minister as calling on the traditional rulers and other stakeholders to evolve new methods of tackling insecurity in the nation's capital. She said the directive became imperative in view of pockets of reported kidnapping cases and the forthcoming Salah, stressing that there was the need to re-strategize and strengthen areas of need. The minister further said that the FCTA was doing everything possible in ensuring that jobs were created for the teeming youths and women in rural communities across the 6 area councils. The Senate has passed a bill seeking to amend the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013 and to prohibit the payment of ransom to kidnappers in the country. The passage of the bill followed the consideration of a report by the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. The report.
The Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Opeyemi Bamidele, in his presentation, said the bill seeks to outlaw the payment of ransom to abductors, kidnappers and terrorists for release of any person who was wrongfully confined, imprisoned or kidnapped. He assured that the amendment to the Terrorist Act will set standards and regulatory systems intended to prevent terrorist groups from laundering money through the banking system and other financial networks.
The need to comprehensively review the Terrorism Prevention Act arose from the unfavorable ratings of Financial Act Task Force recommendations of Nigeria's Mutual Evaluation Report and consequent placement of Nigeria in FACT's International Cooperation and Review Group process with its impending sanctions on Nigeria's economy.
The Senate President Ahmed Lawa, in his remarks after the bill was passed, said the bill, when signed into law, will complement the federal government's effort in the fight against insecurity.
A bill for an act to amend the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013 and for other matters connected thereto 2022 had been taken, and the bill is passed. Well, congratulations to the Senate for passing this very, very important bill on terrorism. And it is our belief here in the Senate that this bill, by the time signed into an act by Mr. President, will enhance the efforts of this government in the fight against terrorism, kidnapping, and other associated and related vices.
The bill was passed by the chamber after it scaled through third reading on the floor. In the meantime, the Senate has adjourned plenary till 10th of May for the Eid al-Fitr Salah holiday.
At least 113 cattle were rustled and 2 herders injured during a renewed attack around Para village in Tahu ward of Bassa local government area of Plateau State. Chairman of the Gang Allah Fulani Development Association of Nigeria in Bassa local government area, Abubakar Abdullahi Buba, said 6 cattle were also shot dead by the rustlers. Spokesperson of the Operation Safe Haven, a multi-security task force maintaining peace in the state, confirmed the incident, explaining that Sector 3 of Operation Safe Haven has contacted the 2 groups and some cows have been recovered while amicable settlement is ongoing. He urged them not to take the law into their hands as efforts are on to arrest perpetrators. And on health matters, Gombe State government has raised alarm over security threats in Wawa Zange Grazing Reserve, located in Duku local government area of the state. The state governor Yahya Inua raised the alarm when he hosted officials of the Institute for Security Studies at the Gombe State Government House. Ibrahim Ismail has more.
Officials of the Institute for Security Studies in company of participants of Executive Intelligence Management EIM Course 15 were in Gombe for research purpose. Governor Inua used the opportunity to speak on security situation of Gombe State and called for strengthened effort to maintain its peaceful status in the northeast region.
As far as the issue of Wawa Zange is concerned, I've mentioned in my own speech that there doesn't seem to be proper implementation and coordination, and the state cannot go it alone. We cannot prevent people from coming in, especially SDS can bear witness that the movements of those that have been pressed hard now in the northwest is becoming noticeable, and if care is not taken, it may turn to another semester because it's so big, so vast.
The Institute for Security Studies team said the research theme for the Executive Intelligence Management Course 15 is the global climate challenge, prospects and priorities for economic development and conflict resolution in Africa.
So in that wise, we are also here to tap on your repertoire of knowledge and encourage you to interact with us freely on this theme with a view to enriching our research findings. Therefore, permit me, ladies and gentlemen, the honor and kindly join me too in inviting His Excellency to deliver a paper and interact with the team.
Speaking earlier, the Director, State Security Services, Gombe State Command, appreciate the state government's effort in strengthening security.
Through your effort and your desire to have a peaceful state, Gombe is #1 as far as security is concerned in the northeast of the country.
Wawa Zange Grazing Reserve is a 144,000 hectares of land located in Gombe North, bordering Bauchi State. Security intelligence has raised fears of possible invasion of the forest by terrorists. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
The Zamfara state government has dethroned 2 emirs and a district head over allegations of aiding the activities of bandits terrorizing communities in the state. Those affected by the government's decision include the emir of Zurmi, Abubakar Atiku, emir of Dansado, Hussaini Umar, as well as Suleiman Ibrahim, who used to be the district head of Birnin Saba. The State Commissioner for Information, Mr. Ibrahim Dosara, made the announcement on Wednesday while briefing reporters at the end of the State Executive Council meeting in Gusau, the state capital. According to the Commissioner, the government has also ordered that all land titles issued by the affected traditional leaders be revoked.
White paper presented to the Council on the outcome of investigations by 2 committees set up by government sometimes in June-July 2021 on the alleged involvement of some traditional rulers in the activities of bandits in the state, particularly within their domains. These three traditional rulers are the Emir of Zurmi, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and that of Dansadau, Alhaji Husseini Umar. Then the district head of Birnin Saba, Alhaji Suleiman Ibrahim Danyabi.
Away from that, Governor Aminu Waziri Tambol of Sokoto State has accepted the resignation of 13 key portfolio holders in his administration. The secretary to the state government, Saidu Umar, and the chief of staff, Mukhtar Umar Magori, have both tendered their resignations, while 11 commissioners have also indicated their desire to quit the Sokoto State Cabinet. The commissioners are resigning their appointments to contest for various elective offices. A press statement signed by Mukhtar Umar Magori, Special Advisor, Media and Publicity to the Governor, confirmed the resignations. Governor Tambol is also aspiring for an elective position as President of Nigeria. Bayelsa State government has threatened to sanction government appointees who criticize or oppose former President Goodluck Jonathan's rumored bid to run for 2023 presidential election under the platform of the All Progressives Congress. The State Commissioner for Information, Orientation and Strategy, Aibaina Duba, in a statement on Thursday condemned Governor Doye Diri's Chief Press Secretary Daniel Alabara's social media post opposing former President Jonathan's ambition. He warned that the state government will not hesitate to take drastic action against any appointee who throws caution into the wind, fails to respect his office, and conduct himself in a manner that may put the governor in disrepute. It has not yet been ascertained if Governor Diri may likely join the former president in APC if the latter eventually declare for 2023 presidential race and decamp to the party. You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up after the break. Preparations in full gear ahead of Salah celebration. Details and more coming shortly. Join us again. Thanks for saying you're watching Trust News Update. A look at the top stories again. Soldier working with Boko Haram fighters commits suicide in Yobe. FCT minister attributes bandit attacks in communities to intelligence gathering failure. Gombe State says it has recorded 6 deaths from Lassa fever outbreak in Kaltungo local government area. Coordinator of Primary Health Care Centers in Kaltungo local government, Comfort Alami, said the outbreak was confirmed on April 11th and occurred at an Almajiri school in Dogonrua ward. Speaking during an advocacy visit to the palace of the Mai Kaltungo, Saleh Mohammed, she explained that the new outbreak was discovered when 5 students of the Almajiri school became ill and were taken to a hospital. The 5 suspected cases were confirmed dead, while their teacher later fell ill and it was confirmed to be Lassa fever, and he also died that same day. She further said that her team had embarked on sensitization in the community while tracing suspected cases and those who came in contact with the confirmed cases in the community and its environs. Now, as Muslims prepare to mark yet another Eid al-Fitr celebration, residents in Kano are lamenting the high cost of food items and other essential commodities. Trust TV's Idris Jibrin reports that despite current economic challenges, businesses in Kano are still booming, with many people from different parts of the country trooping in for Salah shopping. The report.
Ramadan fast has come to an end, and Salah celebration is here again. Abdurazak Ahmad and many other Muslims in Kano have been looking forward to this moment. But this year, the cost of livelihood has been high, and more bad news may await, as market price of various products is crashing. I bought textile materials 3 weeks ago, and I'm here now to buy again. Honestly, the price, it's too high compared to how I bought them last year. We are in the market to buy clothes in one hand, and on the other hand, we are dealing with the high cost of food items, which is why even if you get the money, it will not have value. Although businesses are booming across many parts of Kano, but rising price of food items and other essential commodities needed for the festivities remains a threat to many residents.
We can only ask God to help us because items that were sold at 1,000 naira have increased to 3,000 naira. Shoes that we once bought for our children at 600 naira now go for 2,000 naira. Lace of 3,000 is now 10,000 naira. So the whole thing is just unbearable.
Often referred to as the rendezvous of business and businessmen, Kano has for centuries remained the Nigerian center of commerce and a trade hub for many West African countries where millions of people troops in to trade, especially by this time of the year. Well, people are coming out to buy, but I must tell you that the price is not favorable for both the sellers and the buyers. We are just hoping that government workers will get paid so that they can come out. Despite this, the famous Dawano Grains Market, the largest Abubakar Remi market in Sabongari, the popular contemporary textile market, among others, all tells the story of how Kano people are preparing for this year's Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Federation of Muslim Women Association of Nigeria, Form 1, has charged women not to encourage street begging by their children, as it is against the teachings of Islam. National Amirat of the association, Rafiat Sani, gave the charge during this year's annual Ramadan Tafsir organized for women in Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital. Abubakar Abdullahi files in the report.
National Amira of the Federation of Muslim Women, Hajia Rafiat Sani, represented by the association's National Assistant Secretary, Zainab Ahmed, said it was pertinent for Muslim women to help address the issue of street begging by not allowing their wards to take to it.
The women are the primary, the foundation of every family. So like this year, we talked about the issue of al-Majranchi and trying to make them realize that al-Majranchi is not and should not be equated with begging. Islam across begging in whatever form, except for certain instances where you are allowed to beg for that period of want.
Rafiat Sani explained that the one-month Ramadan Tafsir is holding across the Federation to, among other things, inculcate in women the virtues of Islam and urge them to imbibe idea of child spacing. On her part, Nasarawa State Amira of Form 1, Habiba Sani Abdullahi, noted that the organization is aimed at training and reminding women of their roles in the families, the importance of Ramadan, as well as assist them with food and materials. Also speaking, the association's chairperson on humanitarian service, Hajia Halima Sanusi, said the donation of food items was born out of the desire to make life less difficult for women.
Reminding them on their role as mothers and their role as regard to the teachings of Islam.
The occasion featured presentation of food items to the women in attendance. Emir of Lafia, retired Justice Sidi Bagi Mohammed, has called on wealthy individuals in Nasarawa State to assist the less privileged in the society.
He made the call during a donation of cash and food items to the less privileged in his palace in Lafia. Abubakar Abdullahi again brings in this report.
Disbursement of the cash and food items to the less privileged, courtesy Zakat and Waqf Committee of Lafia local government area, was part of efforts to cushion the effects of the present economic hardship facing the people. Speaking, Emir of Lafia, retired Justice C.D. Baigi Muhammad, who reminded Muslims and wealthy individuals on the need to give their zakat to the needy in society as enshrined in the Quran, noted that failure to do so attracts punishment from God.
It's a religious obligation ordained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has himself created social security. He created it so that there will be order and fair distribution of wealth across the entire human race.
Retired Justice Muhammad explained that the essence of giving out zakat is to ensure social justice, foster love between wealthy individuals and the poor, as well as reduce begging and poverty in the society. On his part, Chairman Zakat and Waqf Committee in Lafia local government area and former State Chief Judge of Nasarawa State, Justice Badamasi Maina, lauded the support and cooperation the committee has been receiving since its inauguration and assured that the committee will continue to sensitize relevant stakeholders to ensure its core mandate is achieved. Secretary of the committee, Aliu Shaibu, revealed that the beneficiaries were carefully selected based on their peculiar needs, adding that over 70 people have benefited from the gesture.
The Federation Accounts Allocation Committee recently disclosed that it shared a total of 725.5 billion naira as Federation account revenue for March 2022 to the federal government, states and local government areas. The 725.57 billion naira total distributable revenue comprised distributable statutory revenue of 521.169 billion naira and the distributable value added tax revenue of 204.402 billion naira. According to FAC, the federal government received 277.104 billion naira. The state governments received 227.201 billion naira and the local government councils received 167.910 billion naira. Away from Nigeria, the state of emergency imposed in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has come under scrutiny and debate. It comes as more than 2,500 civilians have been reportedly killed in 2 eastern provinces under siege, nearly double the number killed a year earlier. Prime Minister Jean-Michel Sama Lukonde, in an interview on Tuesday, said the state of siege and the army's operations have made it possible to reduce the area of action of the negative forces. But elected officials are angry and the measure is increasingly being debated. Lukonde told RFI on Tuesday that the authorities are considering a reclassification of the zone where the measure will be maintained, given that the abuses are taking place in specific areas. And now in sports news, the Golden Eaglets on Wednesday began screening in preparation for their Under-17 WAFU tournament in Ghana under the supervision of new coach Nduka Ugbade. As many as 100 young players tried their luck in Wednesday morning's session headed by Ugbade with all his assistants in attendance. Training took place at the FIFA Gold Project in Package B of the Moshood Kashimao Olaole Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. That's that for the news update. But before we go, here is a kicker. Graduate Anesu Mapisa and Emmanuel Marume saw that farming was taking off and they didn't want to pursue regular employment. So they bootstrapped a drone business and are now providing both commercial and smallholder farmers with services that save them money. Take a look.
We want to become a hub of all agricultural solutions, starting from the production side, the field, the distribution of food until we reach the market. So we want to cut across all the value chain of agriculture by bringing in technology.
We've been in it for about 3 years now. What we've noticed is that we managed to assist farmers to apply chemicals in a more efficient manner and a safer manner as well. I believe this is where the world is going. Technology is there to assist us, in our farming operations.
I've heard about Takudzwa grown by one of the farmers on our group. I contacted Takudzwa probably 2 months ago, just when we started planting. If this works out halfway, not even completely, I will be calling them all the time for my spraying.
Just give it a chance, even on a trial basis, see how it affects your farming operations, your yields, and your costs as well. That's what I just want to encourage farmers really to start looking at implementing this technology in their operations.
And that wraps up Trust News Update. Remember, you can watch more by clicking the subscribe button on our YouTube page and also connecting with us via our social media platforms. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.